Welcome to JC Audits. So I want to talk to you today about an amazing thing called Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein was a dictator in Iraq. So Saddam Hussein was head of the Ba'ath Party. He'd been bullied at school and learned to bully back. And yeah, very cruel upbringing, hardly loving and Montessori or anything like that. It was very much a cruel upbringing. His sons, unfortunately, also became cruel. He had some daughters. Don't know how they were. I think they've got interviews on YouTube. Anyway, he couldn't have been all bad, but he certainly was evil, as pointed out by George W. Bush and also his son. So America went to war with Iraq and Desert Storm, which was a response for Iraq invading Kuwait. You know, they thought it was just a rich country, easy to push over, just small, no defenses. And yeah, America came to Kuwait's aid, and then sort of, there's bickering and arguments and sanctions after that. Apparently attack on George W. Bush's life. And then there's this 911. Okay, so Osama bin Laden organizes the hijack of planes and crashing into key targets in the US. So they're looking for, the US are looking for culprits. They go into Afghanistan, control some of Al-Qaeda and established some democracy in Afghanistan. And then, they think, we can do the same in Iraq. Get our foe, Saddam Hussein, neutralize him, maybe get some assets, and win a public relations victory, bringing democracy, etc. Sort of, and it goes into this 20-year battle, in Iraq, and Trump pulls the last few out of Iraq. So essentially George Bush Jr. wants to make things good. He thinks that Saddam Hussein one, wanted to kill his dad, so he's going to get even on that score. Two, when the World Trade Center was attacked and the Pentagon, Saddam could have apologized, but instead he, sympathized. Instead he said, look, you know what it's like now, you've done it to our country, now you know what it feels like. And, this snub, this, was like straw that broke the camel's back, and just goes to show, doesn't it, that when one dictator snubs a country or leader, it can lead to this huge loss of life and then the resultant refugee crisis. A bit like bickering families, and the huge fallouts. Of course, America wanted to, go in and attack Iraq after the snub, and was looking for UN sort of like permission. Kofi Annan wouldn't give it, and weapons inspector said that, you know, he sees no evidence of a smoking gun, you know, in Iraq. But, you know, it went from avenging Al-Qaeda to some kind of bringing democracy, you know, toppling Saddam, saving the Iraqi people, that kind of thing. So it's gone a bit muddled. England was the lapdog in the form of Tony Blair. Look at this fellow. Look at this fellow here. Jesus fuck me. Now that's a proud Sikh. It's a proud Sikh if I ever saw one. Anyway, so Tony Blair, Tony Blair just sprawled in George Bush's lap, like a lapdog, like a small lapdog, you know, I've got your back, or whatever he said, you know, I'm in with you, count on me, you know, something like that. And essentially, when Tony Blair was presented with this dossier, you know, by his own counsel, sorry, done by the UK government, you know, the evidence was too great for him, and he said, yeah, let's go in. So despite what the UN said, Tony Blair obviously joined George Bush, and I think either the US took Basra, stormed in, Operation, now this is getting a bit muddy, and for me, I'm not sure if I got this right, and US took Basra, British took Baghdad, but first there was an air assault. No, that's actually wrong. That's wrong. So, but yeah, this particular one, as I said, US took Basra, UK took Baghdad, and Hussein went into hiding and then eventually got found, essentially in a concrete cubbyhole in a shack, and then was eventually hanged. His two sons went out in a gunfight, you know, didn't want to give up, and the bodies were barely identifiable. But Hussein was essentially a secular Muslim. He turned a bit towards Islam later on in life, apparently. But yeah. So George Galloway indeed says, was that not, you know, the knee-jerk reaction with America, just a knee-jerk alongside it? You know, what do you think, guys? Is it still relevant today, Iraq? Do you think England is still America's lapdog? Do you think the UK is actually small on the world stage? Small in the world market? What do you think, guys? Maybe you can comment on that. I'm going to end this live, I think, because there's no interaction. So, I'll be ending this live now, okay? Gibt es hier ein paar Deutschen? Nein? A few Canadians, a few Yanks listening? Or just English? Okay, you're all gone. Bye-bye. Any of you coming back? No? Okay. That's good. You kind of heard that. All right. Well, this is going to be recorded. Hello. 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 How are you? How are you? Yeah? I know. I know. I know. I know it was absolutely mad. Did you see it? Did you see it? I know, it was crazy. Oh my God, did you see it? Wow, it was absolutely insane. Absolutely mad. Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see it, yeah? Okay. Go to the community section to continue this.